Well, hello, hello, hello. Greetings, everyone. Greetings to all of our viewers. Greetings to all of our participants, our supporters from all continents and all nations. We are so thrilled to have you join us today on this beautiful Saturday morning for some people and Saturday afternoon for other people. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedules to grace the occasion. We are very thrilled and very excited to have you. And I extend my warm greetings to all of you from the USA. And I know we have many people calling in from different continents of the world. For the past 3 months, we've been hosting this event, Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum, and we've been seeing an influx of viewers coming from all over the world, from all continents. We have seen 40 plus countries logged in. We have seen almost 10,000 and 5,000 people online with us when we are live, and we are so grateful. We are so grateful for your support. My name is Margaret Ellis, and I am so honored to serve as your host for this gathering, Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum. This forum is brought to you by Global Youth Leaders Network, a youth organization headquartered in South Africa, in collaboration with Coaches of Influence Foundation, a youth and women's organization headquartered in USA. Listen, if there is one thing the pandemic taught us, it is the glorifying need for effective leadership in the world. We have seen it, we have learned it, and that's one lesson we cannot forget, that our world needs leadership. And to prepare our young and dynamic population for the task of leadership, we are going to be centering our dialogue today on the topic leading the change. And this topic is inspired by the UN 2030 Global Agenda and AU's 2063 agenda, the Africa we want. And so we are ready to hit the skies. And we welcome all of you to the runway. And particularly, we welcome one person to the runway in the personality of Sana King. Sana King, welcome to the platform.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Hi, Sana, welcome. Beautiful, beautiful. You looking so beautiful. Sana, you are only 21 years old. My goodness. You look fresh, you look beautiful, and you are a native of South Africa, born and raised in a township north of Alexander in Johannesburg. And in your community, Sana, there are tons of ungoverned youth, which inspired you to start up an initiative to teach young people how to express themselves through reading and writing without using vulgar language, because that language is prevalent in this society. And you are an author, Sana. You authored a book, and oh my goodness, what a title. Your book is titled Songs That Broken Women Sing. And this is a compilation of poems about the pain that women go through. And Sana, this pain that you express in your writing is something you have lived with growing up, and you have also seen it after your parents divorced. And now you went from being a young lady who was surrounded by melancholies to a young lady who has become a healer for the brokenhearted. Sana, I am so proud of you, and we are so excited to have you on this platform. You are going to recite a poem, right, Sana?
Yes, thank you so much
Welcome.
for the warm and lovely introduction. And
Thank you.
that is true. My poem is titled I Am Me and is based on identity, being acquainted with yourself, knowing who you are, and standing your ground. And it goes I, 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 I am me. The best craft ever came out of the potter's clay, clothed with honor and virtue. I am not of this instant generation. The 2 minute noodles and the ace instant cook? No. See, I am like a traditional dumpling you cannot cook with your pot open. So patiently you wait for me for hours and hours. You endure for me the edible soul food that I am. I am the me you cannot see unless your eyes are as naked as the truth. I am the black girl that survives upon paper and pen. I am the victim of pain that lives to tell the tale. It made me, for it takes me something greater than pain to break me. Me, the pyramid strong image of God, I am armed with confidence like guns. And I'm afraid of putting my confidence down because I might lose your respect. So I, 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 I am me. For as man once said, that once you do not have confidence, you're twice defeated in the race of life. So I choose to be who I am, and I am me. Thank you.
Information. Hi, oh my goodness, Sana. Everybody on the platform, you should be saying that to yourself.
I am me.
That's right. Sana, you know what? I underestimated the height that you are going to take us, the height that you are going to take us. That was an incredible performance. Thank you so much. Sana, I am sure our viewers are longing to know a little bit about you and your journey. I'm sure they are asking, wow, what a song title, what a book title, Songs That Broken Women Sing. My goodness. Sana, what was the motivation and driving force to writing poetry?
I began writing poetry as a child. It became like a refugee for me because I used to not be able to communicate or express how I feel. So I used to be very timid when it comes to expressing myself. So I'd rather write things down than talk them. Because, you know, in our society, you grow up in a place where your parents are asking you questions, but when you answer, they consider that as back chatting. So I grew up very confused as to can I actually say something as a child or not? So whatever that I felt, I expressed through writing, and that's how I started writing poetry. But as I grew up, I realized that I can use it as a tool to inform and communicate more sense and meaning. Your mic is muted.
Thank you, Sana. Thank you. You know, Sana, I was saying, I am sure that there is someone watching you right now who is being pulled down by the weight of pain, by hurt, by hopelessness, and maybe even depression. What words of encouragement do you want to share to lift them up?
I would say that whatever that you go through is not there to destroy you. It doesn't have any power compared to the power that you have. It doesn't have what it takes to knock you down. Whatever that you go through is a test. It strengthens you. It's a thing to give you a clearer vision. It is not for it to end you. Whatever that you're going through, you can conquer it because you are strong. Be in tune with yourself, listen to yourself, allow yourself to go through the different seasons, and always seek help should you need one. Thank you.
Sana King, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence today and for lighting up our hearts. This is such a great beginning. We wish you all the best in your journey, and we are hoping to have you back here soon, very soon. Thank you so much, Sana. We love you. You are beautiful. Keep smiling, keep inspiring, keep teaching those young children how to find their purpose in life. Keep singing those beautiful songs around the woman so that they will go from singing broken songs to singing healing songs. Thank you so much, Sana. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Well, if you have just joined us, welcome to Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum. This is brought to you by Coaches of Influence Foundation, headquartered in the USA, and Global Youth Leaders Network, headquartered in South Africa. We have just taken off the ground and it's already getting hot in here. Sana lit this place up with her poem, I am. And that is so empowering for someone who woke up this morning feeling defeated, for someone who woke up this morning feeling like, I don't want to go to this forum because I don't even know how I'm feeling. We want you to know that you are. We want you to know that you are able. We want you to know that you are strong. We want you to know that you are victorious. We want you to know that you are an overcomer. You can do this. Sana said she grew up in a place where women sang broken songs. And look at this beautiful 21-year-old now singing beautiful songs. Someone from a place of hurt, and now she's dispensing healing. You can, you can, you can. And we thank you so much for being here. And I am so ready. I am so ready. What you heard is just the beginning. I want you to fasten your seatbelts. I want you to grab your notebook, your notepad, your iPad, your laptop, or whatever you can write on. And because you will need it. Because this is Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum, a table for dialogue. And I am so ready to welcome our first speaker, Dr. Phinehas Kinuthia. Dr. Phinehas, thank you so much for being here. And you know what? You are my very own mentor. And my mentor is in the house, y'all. So if you see me all straight today and behaving, is because my mentor and my coach is in the house. Dr. Phinehas, besides being my very own coach and partner in the work of influence, you are also an acclaimed international speaker. You are a leader known. You are changing the city of Houston. You are a dream and vision architect. And you are the author of 2 life-transforming books. One of the books is called From Dreaming to Becoming. And your second book, which you recently published, is called Becoming the Best You. And you are the recipient of the 2020 World Civility Dream Actualization Icon Award and 2020 World Greatness Award. Additionally, Dr. Phinehas, besides being my coach, you are also among the 17 global influencers that were featured in my book, Influence 2, Legacy Beyond the Grave. Dr. Phinehas, we are ready to hear from you. We are ready to be fed. We came with empty stomachs. So here you go. Fill us up. Welcome to the platform of dialogue.
Thank you so much. I am so thankful for this opportunity to reach all of you that are watching from wherever you're watching around the world. Go ahead and share this message. Go ahead and share what we are doing this morning. It's going to be impactful. It's going to be transformational. And we want to not just leave you informed, but inspired to take action. Dr. Margaret, this is a privilege to be joining you in this forum this morning as we make a difference.
Thank you so much. Thank you. The topic for discussion today is leading the change.
Right.
And you are going to dialogue about change.
Yes.
And one of the relevant tools that young people need in order to prepare for responsible leadership, which is mentorship.
Yes.
And Dr. Phinehas, you'll agree with me that there are a plethora of ideologies and teachings and literature about change.
Yes.
And one of my favorites is a quote by Alvin Toffler, who states that change is not merely necessary to life, it is life.
Yes.
Dr. Phinehas, we are ready for you to educate us. What is change in your view?
So let's start by identifying a few things. One, we want to set context about what we're going to talk about because your belief system is based upon your evaluation of something. So frequently, if you reevaluate a situation, your belief about that situation changes. If you look at something long enough, what you're looking at changes. And that's what we want to do. We don't want to just talk about change from what we know to be changed, but we want to look at it differently because we do not see things as they are. We see them as we are. And so it is imperative to first change the definition, to first understand what we are looking at. Because a lot of people, when they hear the word change, they think loss. They think I'm losing something. I'm about something. But when a change happens, there's the ideology that I'm losing something. But change not only brings bad things, but it also brings good things. And the perspective in which we want to look at change is to look at it from a perspective of good things. And so one of the things in the Chinese language, there is no word for crisis. It's actually opportunity. And so when we redefine change, when we try to redefine change, and what we are looking at begins to change, then our understanding of it will change. So now let's look at what change is. One of the most indubitable forces on earth is change. Change is actually how nature self-corrects the continuity and the monotony of life. Change actually pushes us out of complacency into realms of new possibilities. Without change, and I like that quote, Dr. Margaret, that you've just stated, because that is life. Change. The only thing constant in the world is change. And if there's anything we've learned with this COVID and this 2020, is just the way change actually can. One incident that happened in China has impacted the entire world. And so change self-corrects. Change is a continuity. Change creates events that forces us to make decisions that we would otherwise not initiate on our own. So when we look at change, we have to look at it as a catalyst. We have to look at it as an initiator of possibilities. Change is always inevitable, and in most cases, change is unprecedented. You can't fully comprehend and understand change. So we cannot control change. We must redirect change. So in fact, as a matter of fact, change happens whether we know of it, we accept it, or we don't. So when change happens, it brings good things and it also brings bad things. So what we need to do is understand, so how do we position ourselves on the right side of change? So most people, Dr. Margaret, most people look for, they want new solution, but too often they're unwilling to address the persistent problems. So what change does is that it gives us this ability to move beyond the persistent problem because, for instance, inventions were made because there was a need to move beyond the problem. And when we look at change, Socrates said that the only secret to change is not to focus your energy in fighting the old, but in building the new. And that's the thing. When change happens, we have to work towards building something new. It's not bad. It's not hard. It's not bad that what is happening is already happening. But how do I create the new that I want to see? How do I manifest the new? So when we talk about change, change is not a bad thing. Change is actually a good thing. It's an activator. It's a catalyst, and it actually awakens us to pursue possibilities. Change actually creates innovation. Change creates abilities to think beyond the problem. So when we look at change, what we are looking at has to change. We cannot look at it as change as being a bad thing. It's actually a beautiful thing that can actually bring great possibilities.
You know what? You are receiving love from all over the continents of the world. I know that the Gambia, they're already registering their presence and welcoming you. I have seen comments from Kenya, and that is your home country, by the way. Yes. And your people are already so proud of you, and they are all commenting, hey, we are here, brother, and they are so proud of you. And I am so honored to have you on this platform. Dr. Phinehas, the conversation is just beginning. Yes. Because we are about to enter into another phase. Yes. With the question, how can youth embrace change? And how can we make it work for us? Change is inevitable, like you said. Yes. And it is something that we have to learn to manage. We have to learn to embrace. And yes. Young people desiring to lead the change. And for young people, they don't even have a choice at this moment. Whether they desire it or not, change is coming upon them. Yes. Leadership is no longer an option for them. They are going to be forced to step into the seats because the baton have to be released. So how can these young people who are preparing for change, who are supposed to be stepping in to lead the world, how can they embrace change, and how can change work for them and for us?
So that's a beautiful question, Dr. Margaret. And I want to open that question by saying Buckminster Fuller, he was an engineer, and he was a man who's designed a lot of things, said one thing. He said, you never change things by fighting the existing reality. So to change something, you build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. So if we're going to create change, we have to build something new that replaces the old. Again, if we're going to think as young people, if we're going to make a difference, if we're going to make shift something, is we have to think, how do we create a new model? How do we create something that is going to replace existing? We try to fix up stuff and we try to patch up stuff, and it doesn't work. So what we need to ask ourselves is, how do we create a new model? And so I'm going to give you 5 ways that the youth can embrace change, and then I'm going to come back and I will touch on each one individually. So there are 5 keys that you can embrace change. Number 1, you have to develop a clear vision. Number 2, you have to own the change, meaning don't let change happen to you. You lead the way with change. So that's number 2. Number 3, you have to be creative and you have to think big. Number 4, you have to commit to change and pay the price. And number 5, you have to be change ready. So Dr. Margaret, I'm going to go back and deal with each one individually so I can help you, the audience and everybody that's listening, really get in and hone in onto this. So number 1, you have to develop a clear vision. There has to be a vision of where you're trying to go. You have to have foresight of where you're trying to go. Because when change is happening, if you don't have a vision, change becomes unsettling because the destination is unknown. So a lot of people without a destination, then change become unsettling. So like what's happening right now is a lot of countries or a lot of organizations don't know what to do because there's no precedence, because there's no existing protocol for dealing with the magnitude of this crisis. So because change is happening and is happening so rapidly and there's no leadership or direction on it, then it becomes unsettling. So change is unsettling when the destination is unknown. So how do we create the destination? We have to have a vision set, that the vision that sets the destination for what the strategy of change will accomplish. If you don't have a vision, then you will be like a ship without a rudder. You'll be back and forth. You'll be sailing back and forth without any direction. But when you change, when you direct change, and when you embrace change by developing a vision, you have to be moved by your vision, not your problems. A lot of people respond to crisis by managing what's happening. You don't manage what's happening, you lead for where you're trying to go. You have to have a vision that is so big that you're able to overcome the present trials. I will say this, that the desire of your future has to be greater than the comfort of your present matrix. A lot of people are just seeking to be comfortable. They want to enjoy the moment. They want to live in the moment, and they're just hoping that change will bring with it good things. Change cannot bring good things until we create a vision for what change has to accomplish. So having a clear vision helps to direct change and to motivate us to move towards the desired outcome. So that's number 1. Number 2, we have to own the change by leading the way. Change has to start with us. A lot of people, whether it's we're talking to a lot of youth this morning from all around the world, and especially people that are in Africa. I want to speak to you because there's a relentless understanding or this desire that somebody needs to come to your rescue. Somebody needs to do something. And I want to tell you this morning that you are the solution you've been waiting for. Change has to start with you. And we've talked about change, now the way we perceive change, because our perception becomes our reality. So if we perceive change differently, if we see it differently, then our reality begins to change. So leaders don't wait for change to happen. Leaders lead with change. If we are not on the forefront of change, we are either leading change or following a leader of change. And so if we don't have a leader of change, you have to create the change and you have to lead it. So you own the change. You don't say things happen. You know, I was listening a while back to the president of Nokia. At some point, Nokia was the #1 phone production company. And so when Nokia, the president of Nokia said, we did nothing, but somehow we lost. And he cried. And here's the thing, not doing anything, change will happen, whether you know of it, whether you embrace it, whether you accept it or you don't. Change will happen. Change is inevitable. It's the inevitability of change. It is going to happen. The key thing is, if you own the change, if you lead the change, if you steer the change, you're able to navigate the results you want to have. Number 3 thing, you have to be creative and think big. You see, we must avoid this blind conformity to the status quo. The masses of men are leading lives of quiet desperation. Why? Because they're trying to be like everybody else. They're trying to fit in. They're trying to be in a box. They're trying to do things like everybody. And so we try to be like everyone, but we must avoid blind conformity. This conformity is the killer of our creative capacity. So if we don't think big, if we don't create, if we don't think big, we will get stuck. So we cannot protect what was and hope that we're going to capture what is supposed to be created. So the reality is we have to get to a point where we're willing to let go of the old by creating something new and staying with it long enough. The challenge is that a lot of people will start stuff and in 2 months they're abandoning the process, that it's not working, because we are instant gratification generation. But if you want to see change happen, you have to be creative. You have to think big. So you have to create a habit of learning new ways of solving problems. You have to adopt to new methodologies. You have to explore new methods to old problems. So yes, the problem is the same, but how can you look at it different? Because problems are actually invitations to innovative thinking, to big thinking. They are opportunities for us to create something new. So you have to be creative and you have to think big. Number 4, and I'll finish. I'm so excited about just bringing this. Number 4 is you have to commit to change and pay the price. The benefit of change comes when we pay the price. You cannot withdraw where you've not deposited. And you cannot expect greatness without paying a price. You see, change is a sacrifice. Many people in the present are not willing to invest and do what it takes to experience the benefit of change, because they are so comfortable with where they are. Let me tell you, the thing about change is that it rattles our comfort. It breaks the nest. You know, the little eagle, Dr. Margaret, the little eagle, when the eaglet is born and is hatched and it's on the nest, the mother eagle after a while will take it out and put it out. And when he puts it out on the cliff, on the rock, the eaglet starts feeling uncomfortable. And every time the eaglet is put back in the comfort, he thinks, oh, things are back to normal. But next time the mother eagle removes it and begins to remove the feathers. And so the thorns that form the nest begin to prick it. And sooner or later, the mother eagle kicks the little eaglet and it begins to plummet like it's going to fall and fall down the cliff. But the male eagle comes and captures it and takes it right back. And this process happens over and over again. And sooner or later, the little eaglet begins to fly, because eagles are supposed to fly. Eagles are not supposed to flock. Eagles are supposed to fly. But the only way to unlock the capacity to fly is to actually unlock the possibility of rattling the nest and rattling the comfort. So we cannot have comfort and growth at the same time. So change stretches us. Change tests the limit. Change creates tension. But that tension becomes the launching pad towards greatness. Number 5. We have to be change ready. How do we become change ready? We have to be ready to adapt to new methodologies. There are new things happening Everything is not the same. You cannot have a boombox dream in an iPod generation. You cannot. Things have shifted, things have changed, and we have to be able to adapt to new methodologies. The other thing in being ready for change is collaborating with others. You cannot create everything by yourself. As young people, find people who are in your niche, find mentors, find people that can make an impact with you. Collaborate to create something big. I want to challenge you. I would rather be a small part of a big thing than a big part of a small thing. A lot of us want to have our name on everything, but I want to challenge you, find some people who are doing some big things and align yourself with them. And finally, in being change ready, as we embrace change, you have to embrace new methodologies, new communication, new technologies, new platform, because that's how change is happening.
Wow, wow, wow. Y'all, this is my coach. Okay. So when you see me lighting a fire on this platform, it's because I am collaborating with somebody who's going there, has been there, and is walking with me in this journey of influence and transformation. Dr. Finn has those 5 points are so powerful, those 5 nuggets. Vision, own it, creative, be creative, commit, and pay the price. Yes. Oh my goodness, I cannot emphasize that enough. Young people, things don't just happen.
Yes.
You have to pay the price.
Yes.
Before you reap the harvest, you have to till the ground, you have to sow, you have to stay under the sun and under the rain to yield harvest. You have to pay the price. Be change ready. Don't sit around and wait for events to happen. Be change ready. And what got my takeaway, my biggest takeaway is change rattles the comfort. It breaks the nest.
Yes.
Eagles are meant to fly, not to flock. So if you're young people, unemployed, or whatever your condition is, and you think you belong under the tree somewhere in a country, somewhere in a community, you belong under a tree gathering there and complaining and whining about what is not working, you are not meant to flock.
Yes.
You are meant to fly. Wake up in the morning, find something to do. When you are busy doing, you will not have time to complain. Yes. So you are not meant to flock. Whatever gathering is, I know in a country like the Gambia, we brew a tea under the tree, that what we call attire. And everywhere you turn, you find men gathered under the tree, young and old, gathered just brewing. And in that, those conversations are about what is not going right, what is not working, who's not doing what they are supposed to be doing. Look, when you are busy, when you are focused, when your hands are in the mud, you don't have time to gather, to flock under a tree. Yes. And that comfort zone, you know, I learned something very early on in my journey of influence, Dr. Finhas, and one of the leaders that groomed me made a statement, and he said, comfort zone is a death zone. Wow. The day you become comfortable, you are dead.
Yes.
And he says you have to always wake up every morning, Margaret, and feel challenged. You have to wake up every morning and feel like I have not done enough. Yes. What else can I do? Comfort zone is a death zone. Listen, Dr. Finhas, you have people watching you from the UK. Oh. You have people watching you from Ghana, from the Gambia, from South Africa, from Kenya, from USA. And these are just the countries that I can see briefly on the screen. And many other countries are watching, continents are watching, youth are watching in their large numbers. Parents are watching you. Leaders are watching, leaders of nations, leaders of organizations. Everybody is here. This platform is a platform of dialogue. And we have been able to draw participants from every nation, every tribe to join us here once a month. Dr. Finhas, the conversation continues. Yes. The journey of leadership and change management. We all know that it's a process.
Yes.
We agree? It is a process. And one of the most valuable tools that Coaches of Influence Foundation and Global Youth Leaders Network are offering is mentoring. So what is, in your opinion or in your view, what is the importance and power of mentorship for young people when it comes to change?
that is, thank you again, and thank you even for us being able to walk this journey together in creating influence and making a difference. When it comes to mentorship, I tell people you can grow your life geometrically, which is step by step and slowly through mistakes and experience, or you can grow your life exponentially through relationship and mentorship. So what happens is whenever we introduce new relationship, now in order to go up, you must give up some stuff. And so what happens is that there are people not willing to let go of some things, but they want to embrace what they're supposed to be. And one of the challenges that a lot of people have is that they don't understand the value of mentorship. They feel like, oh, I'm just like them. And in this information age, we gravitate towards information because we can access things on Google. But there's a difference between information and wisdom. And a lot of people are pursuing information at the expense of wisdom. And that's why in the early days when I was growing up, I remember in my country, they talk about the wisdom of the older people, gleaning from and learning from. So what happens is that when we learn from people who've walked the walk, people who are ahead, people who are coaching, like the coaches of influence, when they learn from people like me with Dreaming to Becoming coaching and the Global Youth Leadership Forum, when we begin to learn, we begin to understand things from a different perspective. Exposure is very important. So in fact, Sir William James said something very profound. He said that the greatest revolution of our generation is the discovery that human beings, by changing the inner attitudes of their minds, change the outer aspect of their lives. So for you to change your mindset, for you to be able to change your life, you have to change the inner attitude. You have to change your mind. You have to change how you see things. So mentorship becomes very important in bringing a different perspective. I always tell people, and I will say this, is that the distance between your present reality and in manifesting your desired dream will be determined by how fast you're willing to change your existing mindset. I want you to hear me again. I want to say this again. The distance between your present reality and the manifestation of your desired dream. You have all these dreams. You have all these big things that you want to accomplish, but your mindset has not risen to the level of consciousness that is required to create the thing you want to create. And that's where mentorship comes in. That's where coaching comes in. It helps you elevate your consciousness. Because when we look, your result is speaking for you. I don't need to study. I don't need to give you a test. I can look at the result and I can tell where you are in your consciousness. So how fast are you willing to change the existing mindset? And so the mindset can only be changed when we begin to introduce mentorship, when we allow ourselves to be trained, to be developed, to be coached. I always tell people, you are always a student. I am a coach in one place, but I'm a student in another. And if you are always growing, you have to position yourself to be always growing. You have to challenge yourself to be in this place where you're always learning. So what happens is when we introduce mentorship, when we introduce effective coaching, I'm not talking about everybody that's now going online and saying they're a coach. I'm talking about people that have walked the walk, experienced it, they have results to show it. One of the things that we do when I work with people are dreaming to becoming is that we are moving them through a process where you are and where you ought to be. And it's a process. It's a process of becoming. It's not a destination. So many people are trying to accomplish things and not become. It's not about having, it's about being. And the only way to be is to invest in yourself by allowing yourself to be developed and to be coached. I was listening to one of the billionaires, that's my coach, Dr. Peter J. Daniels. I asked him, if you dropped everything, if you lost everything, and you had $100, where would you invest it? And he said something, I would invest it in myself. I want to challenge each one of you that is listening to me this morning, that you need to invest in yourself. You need to be open to being trained, to be mentored, to be developed, because greatness is something that rises from a continuous sequence of event, a continuum of events, of training, of wisdom. So you have to open yourself to new possibilities. You know, Dr. Margaret, as I finish and as I wrap this up, as far as the power of mentorship, there are two types of mindset. There's a fixed mindset and there's a growth mindset. And the problem is a lot of people have a fixed mindset. They believe that talents and traits are fixed, and so they don't want to do nothing about it. Most people with a fixed mindset, they are risk averse. They don't want to take risks. What if I try and it fails? Most people who have a fixed mindset believe that effort is for those who are not smart. So they don't want to put in effort. They just think things will happen. Most people with a fixed mindset, they cover their flaws and are defensive when it's pointed out because they don't want to show themselves that they are not good at something. The only way you can grow in an area is admitting that I'm not good at this and somebody else is, and they need to help me. And then the other quality of a fixed mindset is people who are threatened by other people's success. So you feel like by learning from them that you are, because they're ahead of you. Here's the thing, success leaves clues. And you have to be willing to learn from people, because as you learn, you can only be foolish for a moment. But once you learn, you develop the capacity. So what does it take to have mentors? As we embrace change, we need mentors, and mentors help us most specifically with our mindset. It's not about result. It's not about doing. It's about being. So here are the qualities of a growth mindset. They accept and embrace challenges. And right now, this forum, we are challenging you. We are challenging to lead the way with change. So you need to accept and embrace the challenge. Number two thing, most people with the growth mindset, they see mistakes as learning opportunities. Don't define yourself by your failures. You're too complex to be defined by a single moment of failure. When you fail, make sure you fail forward and make sure you're learning from your failure. Failure is not fatal until we refuse to learn from it. The other thing, another quality of a growth mindset is seeking and listening to feedback. You have to be open for somebody to challenge your existing thought patterns. Your paradigm is limiting your capacity to grow and increase. And so you have to, and the other quality of a growth mindset, ask questions so you can learn and then take risks and do new things. So I want to challenge you this morning that you need to be part of the leading edge, the Global Youth Leadership Forum. You need to be part of the coaches of influence. You need to identify people in your life that are going to lead you from where you are to where you ought to be, because you must actively and purposefully force your brain out of routine, predictable ways of doing things into perceiving things you've never seen before. And in order to do that, you need somebody that can actually bring you in and help you to do that. So for those of you who are watching and are curious, like how do we know what you're doing? You can always feel free to look me up, connect with me. I would love to connect with you also. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. I would love to connect with you at Phineas K. And also, if you want a free book, I can give you a free book. You can go and download it at www.phineask.com. You can get a free book, 7 Qualities of Successful Mindset. And so, Dr. Margaret, what I believe is that we are living in a time that mentorship and coaching is going to be necessary for us to accelerate towards greatness. And so we need people like this forum. We need people who are ahead, who know what they're talking about, to help us get where we need to go.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look, I'm sitting over here. I'm trying to stay still because some of the things that we are releasing, I just want to jump and shout. But I'm trying to comport myself because I'm hosting, and I knew that I was going to have to deal with this, because when I'm talking with my coach, when we just get on the phone to talk, it's like it's life-giving. Yes. Thank you so much for what you do. You have just transformed lives in many nations right now. You have the Nigeria watching you. You have viewers from the Gambia, from Ghana, from Kenya, from South Africa, USA, Qatar, Burundi, Nepal, and this is just the update I got some 20 minutes ago. I know the numbers have changed, and you have more than 500 people that were watching you transform them and watching you feed them with knowledge and with wisdom. And one thing that you stated I want to emphasize is that leaders are learners.
Yes.
If you want to lead, you must learn.
Yes.
I celebrate the young people that are rising up these days, and they set up a new Facebook page or social media page, and their title is Coach and Mentor because they read books by John Maxwell, they read books by whoever, and they're ready to lead, to coach on leadership, and they're ready to hit the platform and start speaking. You know, I like your passion, I like your drive, but I'm telling you, just like Dr. Finn has said, you have to learn in order to lead.
Yes.
What you carry is what you give to people, and what you carry cannot just be book knowledge. You need experience, and Dr. Finn has said you need to walk with people who are walking the journey, who've been there, and they can take you. You know what? People cannot take you where they haven't been. If you haven't been anywhere, you cannot take anybody anywhere. And if you don't know where you are going, any road will take you there. So please, I want to encourage you, young people, embrace mentorship, embrace learning, submit yourself under somebody. You know, I am a global speaker. I am a global this. I have titles before my name and after my name. But I found this man and I embraced him. And we are walking together in this journey of influence. And he teaches me. I learn from him. He speaks and I quote him. You know, I wrote featured him in my book, and he fed me with knowledge. He taught me some things, and I'm continually learning from him. Learn from somebody. I have several mentors. I have several mentors in my path. I cannot be who I am if I am not subject to other people teaching me. So young people, we are encouraging you. Embrace change. Change your mindset. Dr. Finn has keynote here. We can spend all day. You know that, right?
I know.
We can be here all day. And thank you so much for carving our appetites to hunger for more. You are a gem to this generation and to future generations. We appreciate you. We appreciate your valuable contribution to this table, and hoping to have you again very soon. For those of you watching, if you want Dr. Finn has back in the house, can you send us a comment? Can you vote to have him back? Thank you so much, Dr. Finn has. You have a great Saturday, and keep influencing, keep teaching me, keep feeding me, keep raising me up, because one day when I grow up, I want to be like you.
Love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good one. Look, if maybe you are just joining us. If so, welcome to Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum. And this is brought to you by Coaches of Influence Foundation, headquartered in the USA, and Global Youth Leaders Network, headquartered in South Africa. If you are a regular viewer of this platform, you would agree with me that this platform is a knowledge bank. Here, we engage brains, we share knowledge, we ask questions, we proffer solutions, and equip our viewers to journey for a journey of success. We are so honored to have you as our guest today. And at this platform, when you join us once a month on this platform, you are literally guaranteed that we will activate your brain to think and your mind to take an internal journey of self-exploration. Everything begins with you, and everything begins from the inside, and it flows in the outside. On the outside, what you carry within is what you dispense. When you speak, whatever is buried in you is what you dispense. So we are so glad that we are feeding you with knowledge and information. So when you speak, you dispense wisdom. Our topic of discussion today is leading the change. And this topic is inspired by the UN 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda and AU's 2063 Agenda, the Africa we want. And our next speaker is a gentleman from the continent of Africa, Agyemang Okyere Darko. Agyemang, where are you? Welcome, sir. Agyemang, you are a familiar voice in your generation as a youth development speaker. Agyemang, you are very passionate, and this can be felt when people talk. When I talk to you, I can feel the passion coming through the phone. You are a passionate youth coach, and adopted a powerful slogan, awake to what really matters. You wake up every day and you awake to what really matters, and you dispense that everywhere you go. You are a current volunteer at the Association of African Universities, AAU, the TV channel, as host of Student Voices program. You are also a podcaster and have a podcast called Be Inspired. And on this platform, you share stories of people who inspire others. Agyemang, welcome to Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum. You're on mute, sir.
Thank you so much for this opportunity to be here and interact with everyone. So I'm glad to be here. Greetings from Ghana to everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ghana is blessed to have you. Our topic of dialogue today is leading the change. And your conversation, Agyemang, is going to be centered on planning and positioning as a young person to lead the change. You want to talk to the young people. You want to talk to our viewers about planning and positioning as a young person to lead the change. Agyemang, yes. I cannot wait to dive right into this conversation, and I'll begin by saying that since you are a recent graduate, and you are part of the team at the Association of African Universities. Yeah. What are the prospects of the curriculum in the higher education institution that young people should look out for?
Thank you very much, Dallas, and hello everyone who is on this platform. I'm glad to be here. I must say that young people have great prospects to be relevant to their times. I have a dream to be relevant to my country, and even if beyond my country, to everybody beyond my borders, I want to be relevant to you. And it boils down to what is fed into me as a student on campus that will enable me to be that relevant to the world or everybody around me. And that is about the curricula that we study on campus. This curricula has been that brick and mortar type that closes the door of creativity, that closes the door for you to prepare yourself and explore more for information. It has been just have a seat, listen to what they have to say for you, and then take it away. Other than find information, come and share your information with everyone gathered. So let's see you all leveraged together knowledge-wise. And as a typical Ghanaian graduate, we look forward for project-based curricula, which is what is leading the world now. That is a global trend. Project-based curricula, where students are given real-time activities for them to have an experience of what is happening on the ground. I mean, it's been many years that we've been in a classroom, always learning what has been done for many years, theoretical aspects of some concepts, and then we go and cram these concepts and come and write it for them. And then we pass. Then we go to the job field, and then we will now have to refer to these things we wrote many years ago to be able to deliver. And I mean, it shows that the level of intellectualness is very low. Means we just had to just serve the curricula and then the academics back on campus and then right out there as graduates. But that is just defeating the purpose. We want graduates who understand what they are doing and are able to do it anyhow they want to do it, but still on the formats. You ask someone to prepare reports, they want to go and check what they did in 2015 and how they did it, or they'll call a lecture on campus, how do you do a report? Because while on campus, they learned a format on campus, and that's what's in their head. They can't change. They can't bring something new. And it's sad to say in Africa, that's why in Africa, it's hard for us to bring out our own creativity. We're always here using what has been made for us. We're looking for someone in Africa to bring out a social network that we all can use. But I would say that it trickles down to how we were trained. We were trained to always copy what has been done. We were trained to always go and look for what has been done. We were not encouraged to bring forth what we can do about it. I look forward for an academic curriculum that will say that is what is there, but what can you also bring out of that curriculum? And by so doing, we'll have people in Africa who are thinking outside the box, not within the box, but beyond the box, because the box is what has been done already. That's a status quo. But you looking beyond the box is you thinking beyond what has been done, and we can change our continent for life if we can do that.
Thank you so much, Agyemang. Agyemang is saying to all of you watching, we have to be able to think beyond the box. not always from inside the box. Because when you are inside the box, you can be so deep in the box that you can hardly even see the edges of the box. And if you cannot see the edges, we know that you're not seeing the outside. So we want to think beyond. And our curriculum in Africa, young people listening to me, when you're going in to seek for degrees and you are seeking after higher education, look at the curriculum and look at a curriculum that challenges you to bring the best out of you. We have our brilliant minds, like Agyemang said, caged in classroom, and they are learning outdated philosophies of leadership, things that are no longer relevant to our society today. And we are learning and mastering from writers of decades past, and their philosophies are no longer relevant. We are learning formulas that we cannot apply because we have institutions where people are learning degrees that require hands-on training, but they don't even have a lab on campus. But then they master. They can tell you how to build a car, but they have never laid their hands on any materials that are used to build a car. So we want a better, the change that we are looking for in Africa, the change that we are looking for in the world, the change that we are looking for everywhere globally is for young people that are supposed to be leaders to rise up. And these are the areas that you need to look into. If you are aspiring for leadership in any nation, leadership in any organization, these are the goals that you need to write down. What can I change with my power and position? Because leadership is not what makes you. You make the position. So when you go in with a vision, like Dr. Finn has told us, when you go in with a vision, you are not going to be like a ship without a rudder. You are not going to float in circles, but you're going to depart and arrive. So young leaders, young people, I hope you're listening. Agyemang, the educational system in most nations is, like you already said, is geared towards preparing students to be employed by government or some institution. And the reality is that there are not just that many jobs out there. There are not just that many openings out there to accommodate the influx of graduates that we see annually. So Agyemang, what is the probability of a young person obtaining and securing a job after school, in your view?
That is a very difficult one. A very difficult one in times like these. I can tell you that currently in Africa, we have over 600 million young people who are graduates and are still knocking their heads up and down to get employed. You know, and it's very sad. It's a very serious statement. People spend 4 years in higher education in Africa, and after all of this, the industry can absorb them. And you ask yourself why? Because they were prepared to just go and seek for jobs. They were not prepared to be able to create their own jobs. We've said this over and over again. The planning and positioning of these graduates depends on whatever is fed into them. Let me share this. Many years ago, we buy forms to go to university to go study what is there because they were preparing you for these vacant spaces in the public institutions. Until when we had the private universities who also came and brought culturally sensitive curricula. They came and they saw the economy and they brought out very, very marketable and commercial courses that will make you a hot cake out there. So they brought the accounting, the real estate management, whilst the public institutions were doing the sociology and the social science and humanities. Now the competition is huge. So we have lots of people from the private universities, lots of people from the public universities, all struggling in there for employment. The question is, who makes it beyond the other? So I'll say that there is some effort there should be some effort when it comes to preparing you for the job force, but the probability of you securing a job is very low. I want to make that clear. And every young person in Africa knows this, that it is hard. You bear with me, many people would have to fly to the States to get a degree to come and compete in Africa. And you know, people do that because they know when they come with a degree as such, compared to someone who had a degree in Africa, perhaps their chances of being employed is higher than them. This is the challenge. So education is a necessity. in our continent.
Ajamang is freezing up, and he's freezing up. So we will see if he can refresh and come back to us so we can finish with him. In the meantime, we'll just go ahead and move on. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and move on. And viewers, if you are just joining us, welcome once again to Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum. And the topic for discussion today is leading the change. And this topic is inspired by the UN 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda and the African Union's 2063 Agenda, the Africa We Want. And we want to make sure that young people, wherever you are, whether you are in Africa or any other continent in the world, that you are prepared to lead the change that is coming. You are prepared to take over the world in 2030 and beyond. That you are prepared to take over the world and help us to have a sustainable world, sustainable ideas, sustainable vision. We thank you, all of you who are here with us. This is a testament. You being here, you logging in, and for some of you, you come every month. You are here every month, and because we want to thank you, because this is a testament that you are hungry for knowledge. And here at this table of dialogue, trust me, you will be fed. You will be fed. So we are back. Ajamang is back, and Ajamang, the conversation continues. Welcome back, and thank you. And Ajamang, I think we'll go ahead and move to the third question that I wanted to ask you. And then the third question is something that you referenced, as kind of, you referenced it already, that education, the purpose of education is to bring people out of a place and usher them into a new place. And they are supposed to come out of a school, an institute, a higher institute, and be able to add value to society. That is the purpose of education. Considering this statement, Ajamang, how beneficial would it be for a young person's career? How beneficial would a young person's career be to his or her nation? When we are talking to young people and they are picking their career, I want to be an engineer. I want to be a scientist. I want to be a zoologist. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a farmer. And sometimes they're just saying things because that's what's available in the school system. That's the curriculum. That's the only degree they can pursue in that university, in that institute. But we want them to think beyond that. So what would you say are the benefits of a person's career, a young person's career, to his or her nation?
Yeah, I must say that irrespective of whatever you've learned in school, it has a role to play in society. Me, for example, I finished my master's program in corporate governance. And before I went into corporate governance, I was informed by something happening in my country at a moment where we had banks being winded up. We had banks had their licenses being revoked. The question was, why were these banks who have been in existence for the past 5 years, 2 years, having their licenses being revoked by the Bank of Ghana? We realized that these banks were actually not following the corporate governance principles. They were not using the rule of law. They were not accountable. They were not transparent, and there were no fairness on the board. And when I realized this, I said, no, I think I should also go into this field. If I find myself on the corporate board, I will ensure that things work. I will ensure that we use the rules. We go according to the rules. We actually protect the value of our shareholders and stakeholders. And so I had to now pursue an MBA in corporate governance to position me well for such a place. So when I also find myself on a board, I would also work to the best of these shareholders whose funds are protected. And so I want to inspire everyone out there that whatever you are studying, either being medicine, social science, humanities, every program that you're studying in university, it should inspire you. You should be inspired to think about, how can I change something in society? How can I use what I've learned? Not like a useless program or not like an irrelevant program, but whatever that you learn should be able to help you make an impact somewhere you find yourself.
That's right, Ajamang. Your people want you to know that they are watching. Ghana is in the house.
Thank you very much.
In their large numbers. They are here watching you. They are sending comments. They are sharing the post. Ghana, this is one of your elites. This is one of your young people that is going to lead the change in your nation. Support him. Support the young people of every nation, all of you represented here. We have hit more than 1,000 viewers right now. Ajeman, watching you right now. We have gone to more than 1,000 viewers. And we are still on the topic of leading the change. And Ajeman, you are still taking us through how young people can plan and position themselves to lead the change. And Ajeman, I have one more question for you. The question is this. We talked about this slightly. When young people are in school in pursuing higher education, usually they have to go with whatever degrees are offered in that school. Some of them may want to pursue one career path, but because where they live, where they are located, they don't have that offer, and they don't have the opportunity to travel elsewhere. They end up being stuck in what is available. And we know that when that happens, then they graduate, and now they're faced with the world, and they find themselves in a neutral ground. They find themselves that the only available opportunity is maybe politics. The only available opportunity is maybe working in the hospital, but their degree is very contrary to what is available. So how can such a person function and contribute their academic profession to in their nation if they find themselves in neutral ground?
Yeah, we've termed this term a politician, okay? And we think a politician is somebody who goes to school and studies political science, joins a political party, and then wears a party color and says, I'm a politician. You are not a politician. Everybody, and I'm saying this on the notes, everybody in this world is a politician.
That's right.
You don't need to wear a party color. Now, the thing is, you are a nation builder. No, you contribute to nation building. And if in any way, either the big way or the small way or the medium way, you contribute via tax or any other means, you are a politician. Just that you're not a frontline person, you may be a middle line or a last line or a red line. You are doing politics in any way you're doing. Now, as a student or graduate, we've been to school, we've learned, we are diplomatic. We're taught to be diplomatic. We're taught to be fair. We're taught to be accountable and transparent. So when we come out of school and then we say that we want to join a political party, and then we want to make our academic profession more relevant, I say I don't need to be part of a party to make them see the essence of what I learned in school. Mm-hmm. I'm more than capable of also contributing my academic profession with neutrality. I'm a neutral person. I'm a national asset. I'm a statesman. I'm not a party machine or a party tool or a party instrument. I'm a national person. I'm a Ghanaian right to the core. And I look forward to the welfare of my country in any way. And I wouldn't want to buy to the ideology of a party against the country, or perhaps worked with the trends or the rules of a party against the welfare of my country. That wouldn't be fair to me. I am trained in a country, I'm trained by a community that is neutral, and I have built in me that purpose, that whatever I learned, corporate governance is not for a political party, it's for the country, and it's for the good of the ordinary worker in Ghana whose boss shares, and the shares must work for him or her. Corporate governance is for everybody who wants the success of the organization to go from level 1 to level 10 and more, and not a personal activity. So I look forward, and I want to inspire every young person all over the world that whatever that you've learned, you can turn that knowledge to support your country and not for a political party. For political parties only serve party members, but a countryman serves for the welfare of everybody in the country, whether being party A or B. We want to see the country move forward. And that is my purpose, that I'm here to translate my knowledge into an activity for every Ghanaian to benefit from. And if you're ready out to join hands with me and turn your academic profession to the benefit of every Ghanaian citizen, or let's say US citizen, or anybody in the world, that would be a blessing. That would be a blessing.
Thank you so much, Ajaman. That is a fresh perspective of looking at politics and looking at people in politics. That's a fresh perspective. We are all politicians. We have more than 1,000 people in the house. I would love to see comments right now. Thumbs up, high five. Say something to this young man. Encourage our young people. This is a great topic. And Ajaman, you did justice to this topic. I am being prepared. I am refreshed. I am ready. I know I know that what I am doing, I should never tell anyone I'm not a politician. I'm not interested in politics. I am a politician because if I am on this platform hosting this show month after month, and we are bringing Guyleen and COIF together, are bringing leaders, and we are bringing people to share knowledge and to teach. Then we are politicians, and I am a politician. Thank you so much for that highlight. And Ajaman, we thank you for adding your voice to the dialogue today. And we thank you for helping someone watching you right now to find their true north. And we hope to see you very soon. We hope to have you back. And we wish you all the best in your career and in your volunteer opportunities at AAU. Thank you and see you soon. Viewers.
Thank you so much, Dallas. Appreciate the time.
Thank you, Ajaman. Viewers, you are here with us. This is Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum, the table of dialogue. In this place, we challenge you to think outside the box. In this place, we educate. That our speakers are so phenomenal. Our speakers bring it on. They have knowledge. They're impactful. They are full of wisdom. And we thank you all, those of you who are here. We know that you are here because you love this platform. We know you are here because you are learning from this platform. We know you are here because you're supporting Global Youth Leaders Network and Coaches of Influence Foundation. You believe in these two organizations. You believe in the value that this platform offers. And we thank you so much. And speaking of hunger, this is a place where we feed people. At this platform, we feed you with knowledge. We feed everyone with knowledge and wisdom. And speaking of feeding people, speaking of food, it is time for a coffee break. And we have a dynamic young lady in the personality of Jayla Ward to serve the treat. Jayla, where are you? Is Jayla Ward in the house? Producer, where are you? Is our producer in the house? If not, I'll just go ahead and start telling you about the young lady that is coming up to perform. Jayla is 18 years old, and she's a young lady with a passion for God, for music, and much more. And just like Jayla's brother, who was here with us last month, Jayla also had been playing the violin since she was 3 years old, and she later added piano and guitar. And Jayla enjoys writing and composing original works of music. And Jayla started a podcast called A Different Podcast, where she discusses politics and culture. We are ready for Jayla. Give me just a moment, viewers. Let me locate our producer. All right, we are ready for Jayla Ward. Jayla Madison Ward, where are you?
Hi.
Hello, Jayla. Welcome. Welcome.
How are you?
So glad to have you, Jayla. What are you going to perform today?
I'm going to be performing or playing alongside What a Beautiful Name by Hillsong. It's probably one of my favorites to play. So.
All right, Jayla, take it away.
You are the word at the beginning, one with God and Most High. Your hidden glory in creation, now revealing your cross. What a beautiful name! What a beautiful name! The name of Jesus Christ, your King. What a beautiful name! Nothing compares to this. What a beautiful name! The name of Jesus. Jesus,
All right, Jayla. Can you just give us 1 minute of the violin without the music? We just want 1 minute of the violin without the music. Can you just give us that? All right. Where are you all? We have more than 1,000 people. We have more than 1,200 people watching us right now from different nations of the world. We have Turkey in the house. We have the Gambia. We see the comments coming through. We see Nigeria is here, Ghana, UK is in the house, USA, South Africa, Qatar, Burundi, Nepal. They are all in the house and much more because we have more than 1,200 people right now watching. And Jayla, we appreciate you for being here. Thank you for your love of music. This is brilliant. It was a brilliant performance. One day I will learn how to play the violin. But Jayla, just for a minute, what is your inspiration behind music? What's your inspiration for the love of music?
I don't honestly, it's become something that I've realized that God has gifted me with. And once I realized that that's something that I can give to others, that it's inspired me to do more and to gift that to other people as much as I can. And I think that's part of also my inspiration for even doing my podcast or talking to people and having conversations, is to inspire people to become who God's called them to be and to feel and to know who God is and who He's called them to be. So whether that is to become a change, or especially with young people, because I am a young person and I really enjoyed, becoming who God's called me to be, no matter my age. And I think that's something that my music's allowed me to do, is to become, help to inspire people no matter the age, because music doesn't have an age. Music doesn't matter. As long as you have the gifts or the talent, of the doors will open. And I think that's something that has inspired me to continue to push forward. And I pray that for everybody. So.
You know what? I don't know where you are, but I want to see some comments. I want to see you sending love to this beautiful young lady. Did you hear what she said? Music has no age. And she can inspire people where she is with what she got. She doesn't have to have too much, but just that one talent that is so beautiful. And she can bring a smile to somebody who is desperate. She can bring hope to the hopeless just by playing an instrument with strings. Jayla, we thank you so much. Keep inspiring. Keep that podcast going. Keep telling people to find themselves and find their purpose. We are so proud of you. We love you, Jayla, and we hope to have you again. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you once again, viewers, for being here with us. This is Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum, and is presented to you by Coaches of Influence Foundation, a youth and women's organization headquartered in the USA, in collaboration with Global Youth Leaders Network, a youth organization headquartered in South Africa. Listen, these two organizations are making impact. These two organizations have the welfare of youth at heart. The vision of these two organizations is to influence, is to impact, is to transform. And because two organizations, because we're about to start talking about networking and talking about collaboration and why that is important, I want you young people to know that this platform could have been possible by Coaches of Influence Foundation or Guyleen individually coming up with this idea. But one is too small a number for greatness. To reach greatness, to be great, you have to collaborate. Dr. Finn has told us this morning, one is just too small a number. When two organizations come together and they bring all their resources together, they bring all the team together, all the talent, all the skill, I'm telling you, these two organizations are reaching the very four corners of this world. They are reaching countries. Countries are logging in that normally would not have had access to this program had it been offered by one organization. This is the power of networking. This is the power of coming together, of collaboration. And we are so deep in the conversation now. We are deep in the dialogue. And each speaker, you will agree with me, if you have been with me, with us from the beginning, you will agree that each speaker has been raising the bar even higher. And the conversation continues. Leading the change is the topic today. And it is inspired by the UN Sustainable Development Agenda of 2030 and African Union's 2063 agenda, the Africa we want. And our next speaker is a very dynamic woman representing South Africa and its surrounding nations, its surrounding countries. Can we have Siki Nkoko in the house? Siki, are you here with me? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, Siki. I love that headgear. You are really representing South Africa. You are representing. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're having me on the platform.
Thank you, Siki. And you consider yourself a connector and a catalyst coach.
Yes.
You are involved in coaching
Yes.
and mentoring of women for board memberships with Global Chairwomen Organization in South Africa. You are also
Yes.
the founder and chairperson of Power to Lead with Integrity Foundation, and you are the founder of CEO Clubs Worldwide, Global Projects and Networking. You are a perfect candidate to talk about networking with us today, and you are about to take us on that journey of teaching us the power of networking. Siki, you have been to places and back, and you are a wealth of knowledge. I was so fed when I spoke with you the other day. I was so inspired when I spoke with you the other day. I welcome you to Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum.
Thank you so much, Dr. Margaret. Thank you for having me. And thanks for this great opportunity to just share, the knowledge one has gained along the road. And
Yes.
as you're talking, I just saw someone logging from Pakistan. And that's where the CEO Clubs is also based in Pakistan. And we have a great network there. So I'm so happy that they are part of us even this afternoon.
Thank you so
where
much,
do you
Siki.
want me to start?
I will take you there. I will take. I know you are a wealth of knowledge. You are full. You are ready. You will be sharing some knowledge about networking as a relevant tool in the young person's toolbox. And
Yeah.
in your view, Siki, what is networking, and why do we have to engage in this aspect? In other words, we want you to share with our viewers the meaning and purpose of networking.
All right. Networking it's an art and a skill, and that is the action or a process of interacting with others to exchange information, and develop professional or social contacts for a purpose to give. I always say you have to give something. Also, you gain something. It's a 50-50 win situation when you come into networking. You have a skill of networking to bargain and to negotiate. You know, it's very important to know how to negotiate deals, starting from a personal deal. And this doesn't start, somewhere in high places. It starts even right at home. How you negotiate with your own family, how you negotiate with your daughter, your husband, your sister. And now we take it into a broader aspect of how to do this networking now in a professional atmosphere where you have to raise the bar so that at the end of the day, you give and you also take from the network where you have been. And on other aspects, I will put it in another context of a computer system. A computer system, there's also networking system that we know there. And on that one, in one of my clients, we just finished implementing new systems for one of the aviations in South Africa. And the systems were silos in all departments. They were not talking to each other. And then the company decided they need an integrated system where all departments will be talking to each other. Information will be shared. And now to get there, the importance and the purpose of it is that whatever information you bring in for networking, it has to be a clean data. It has a clean integrity. And that brings me to an aspect of a personal development. When you do networking, some people come in as students, and we're in a youth forum right now. Some come as youth forum and they want to learn. Others, they come in, they want to give. And then others come in, they just want to watch what's going on. So it is important for one to come in and know the purpose of networking. Why do you even waste your time to come in and say you want to network? First of all, you have to focus on the purpose of what is your purpose on earth? What is your skill? What is your passion? If you don't know your purpose, follow your passion. What do you wake up and do every day? Because we also have people who have just gone to school, who have gone to university, and who have gone to tertiary, following what will give them money and make a living out of it, not being happy. And you find those people being in a wrong platforms and making things wrong in whatever association, wherever they are, even in networking, you'll find that they don't fit, or they just don't make deals come to pass because of their attitudes. In networking, attitude is very important. Not just your attitude, beyond your attitude, the skills. If I can think of an attitude in networking, let's think of people who think they can sing. If they go on networking to think they can sing, without a skill, they bloop. They don't do the right thing, and they will never win. So the attitude, beyond it, it must come with a developed skill of your passion, of who you are made of to be. And all we are on earth for is to fulfill a purpose, because we are a community globally. So we must fit each other's space so that we network together. We can make the globe a beautiful, globe and a networking platform for all of us. Now, in integrating the silo systems, coming back now to human beings, the clean data is the integrity, is the character of a network. If you are a networker and you want to succeed in networking, you must have a good character, a clean character. every day we wake up and work towards being a better person than I was yesterday. So why I pick the power to lead with integrity is that every day let us grow. We have the power to lead ourselves every day. But the most important thing on networkers is integrity. It is lacking. See it even in the networking platforms of leaders, even governmental leaders. Power, education, skill, networking platforms, they have it all, but the integrity is lacking. Hence, we are saying we are preparing our youth for the next generations, for 2030, to work on your character and your integrity so that you can fit in collaboration. Networking leads to collaboration. And I want to put it in this way that, when you're an honest person, you even get people who can sponsor you to, to edify your profile, to edify your skill to another company. Then they can introduce you. Somebody can introduce you to Dr. Margaret and say, wow, this person is a great networker. This person has a great personality and character. Can you use this profile in your platform? That is the power of networking when we are coming together. And the important thing is that don't come with an attitude of just gaining and draining from other people. Your attitude as a networker should be, what is it that I can also offer on the platform so that I can also upskill? The networking platform is for learning. We are all learning every day. I learned a lot from the previous speakers. Right now, I do change management, but I learned from Dr. Phineas a lot, and I'm going to download his book. And let me tell you about the power of networking again. On the very platform, okay, let me leave that for the opportunity. There's something I want to drive at with a very, I like being practical and giving tools when we speak about a certain topics. So I'm going to leave what I was going to say to you for an opportunity at the end of this.
That's right.
All right.
Siki, I am so excited to have you, and you have touched some very important points here. For young people, I hope they're listening to you. That network is not just being able to have access to people. A lot of people come to this platform, and we have been inviting speakers from all over the world. And some people may be coming here just to fish for contacts. I am here. I see this. Oh, Siki just spoke, and she's a good speaker, and she lives in South Africa. I live on the other part of the world. Let me send her, connect with her on Facebook, and invite her on my platform. But there is a way you go about it. If you don't have character, you don't have integrity, even when you fish for networks, it won't last, because character and integrity is what takes you far. Even you have to ask yourself the question, even how you engage with people is a testament of your character. Is that the right way to go about it? Is that the right way should you be here fishing, or should you be here learning how to connect and connecting the right way? Networking leads to collaboration. That's right, Jacob. Next, networking leads to collaboration, and we need to learn. This is a skill. You mentioned it, and I like it. Young people need to learn, how do I maintain what comes my way? If you don't know how to network, you can have anybody in your circle, but none of them will be relevant to you because you don't know how to manage that relationship. So I hope you are listening up. This conversation is just, we are now high up in the skies. And Siki, thank you so much. I have another question for you. In a world, Siki, where people will do anything to rise to the top, even if it means trampling on others, it means betraying other people's trust, it means ruining relationships. We do anything. I had an event that I was participating in last year, and one of my fellow speakers stated something. He said, young people these days, you are even afraid to bring them around your network, because these people don't understand that your network is your net worth. and you bring your most valuable assets around them, and before you know it, they start grabbing them the wrong way. And if you're not careful, they will ruin your relationship with your net worth. Yeah. And then that was very profound. And so in a world where people will do anything, somebody watching us right now will think, they have leading edge youth forum, I can do something similar. Let me host my own event. And by the way, let me grab all the speakers that they have on their platform, let them come over to my platform and speak. But you have not built the relationship. You have not done the work. The people that are on this platform, this is the net worth of Guyleen and COIF. These are relationships they have built over the years with people, and now people are coming and willing to serve them on their platform because they have put in the work. What work are you putting in to grab? We should not come, like you stated, seeking. We should not come into any circle with the mindset of just getting. We should come with to bring value. Thank you so much. So the question now is, what would you say is the right way to network? And what is its relevance to this particular platform? Because this platform is a leading edge impact youth forum where we prepare young people for leadership and where we prepare them for impact. So what would you say is the right way for them to network, and what is its relevance for this particular forum? Take it away, Siki.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Margaret. First of all, it is to know who they are. You must know who you are, first of all. Know the skill you have, know your purpose, know your business. Are you here as a student, or are you here as a business person? And in that business, what is your niche? Because if you don't know, you are not focused, you will find yourself in all different kinds of networks. They're all over there. And the important thing, first of all, is to profile yourself. Have a script of who you are. And in the script of who you are, look for the platforms and network forums where they do what you are looking forward to be or what you are doing. Then you will not be wasting time in between forums and trying to see. For instance, there are different forums. There's Facebook, there's LinkedIn, there's Twitter, Instagram. I'll just bring in those only. And in all those forums, you must know how to build your profile right there. And remember, in a social network platform, it's either you build up your character or you break it down. One statement, you make it wrong, it will stick with people on social media. If you make one mistake, it will stick with the social media. And some of the things that are on Google, you can't even retreat them. They're always there. So profile yourself first of all. Know your niche. Know who you are. Know where you are going. What are your goals? What are your aims? What do you want to achieve? Are you working for a company as you want to network? Are you networking for yourself or for a company? Just like Dr. Margaret said, some people want to work on others to reach to their top. And you know what? I've been there as well. People who've tried to work on me, I promise you, I'm telling the honest truth, in one way or the other, because I am a believer and a strong prayer warrior. God has brought them down in one way or the other. They have never, achieved what they wanted to do. Or it may look as if they achieved for a season, but you see them falling down. Hence, I said character and attitude and integrity, it builds up a person and it will build up your company. From networking, you are moving into collaboration. One thing that should be clear in your mind is remove fear of networking. Other people don't even have the ability to speak up and to be bold and be confident when they speak. So they always, go, even when you're going to networking forums, you find them just staying in one corner or sticking only with the people you came with there. You are wasting time. because you came to network, you came for a purpose, go for it. I always say fear, I change fear. For me, fear is F is full efforts are raised. Raise up your efforts. Raise your efforts to achieve your goal wherever you go. Break that fear. Have that positive attitude. And again, if you're going to networking forums, some people can be mean. I've been there. Some people can be high profiles. You are trying so much, as the young ones, they're coming to learn or coming to, to gain something from you. After speaking, they see, oh, you said something that made sense to them. Now they want to connect with you. You must know how to approach those people. If you have a question, your question must be direct. Don't just go there and speak here, speak there. You don't know what you are saying. They will break your attitude. They will break your personality. They will break your ability even to move to the next person. Be prepared when you're going to go and engage in networking. If you're going to a networking forum, like you are here now, I expect everyone who has registered on this forum that you made a proper research about Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum. Who are they? What are they offering? What am I going to get? What am I going to give? And what will be the relationship that I can build? When you come to networking, you start with building a relationship. Don't think you come here the first time and you gain and go, and that's it. It is a daily thing of building up a relationship. It like in partner until it becomes a partnership, until you are trusted by Dr. Margaret to be on the platform, to be a speaker, to be a performer, and to be even introduced to somebody else and say, wow, I have so many speakers. You can use these ones in your platforms as well. So engaging, be prepared. Make sure you know who you are. Your profile must always be updated. And don't just go to Facebook just to go click. Go to Facebook, waste your time. Make sure you look for forums that speak to your business, that speak to your profile, that speak to your journey forward, and where you can contribute. You also don't want to just gain from people. You want to be a giver. You want to be a leader that leaves a legacy and be great. So engage in raising your bar every day.
Thank you so much, Siki. You released some powerful nuggets there. I am trying to listen, trying to write, because I don't want to miss the beat. I don't want to miss it. So Siki, you said a couple of things that I wanted to emphasize. You said that people should not come to a platform with the mindset of I'm coming to get.
Yes.
But you have to position yourself. You have to come with I don't know where all our viewers are. We have more than 1,000. What was the last number? We have more than 1,300 people online. Where are you? We want to see your comments. We want to see you engage. We don't want you to put us on mute. Please engage. Thank you so much. We have Sri Lanka in the house. See, I wouldn't have known that. So we need the comments coming. Tell us where you are tuning in from. We want to know. Siki, let me just give you a quick update of the number of people and countries that are watching us all around the globe. We have South Africa. Your people are in the house. Sierra Leone just popped up on the screen. I didn't even know Sierra Leone was in the house. We have Kenya. We have Qatar, Burundi, Nepal, USA, Nigeria, Ghana, the Gambia, Turkey, Russia, Uganda. We have Sri Lanka, and I saw Guinea-Bissau. My God, we are making impact. We are touching nations. We are transforming lives. Everyone is tuning in from everywhere, connecting to this platform. And Siki, you said something profound. You said that we should not come to such a platform with the mindset of what am I getting? But we should come with the mindset of what can I give? And let me tell you, viewers, what you can give to us right now. We want your comments. We want you to like. We want you to share. We want you to let us know you are here. Announce your presence. We want you to encourage our speakers. Dr. Clyde Rivers. My goodness, Sir Clyde Rivers is in the house. This man right here. One day, Dr. Clyde will bring you very soon to this platform to be part of this. Dr. Clyde Rivers, Ambassador Clyde Rivers, Sir Clyde Rivers. This is the man that held me under his wings and pushed me out in the world to author a book, my first book on influence. And he said, I will be there. I will be there for you. I'll be there with you. And this man is powerful. He's changing nations. He is the founder of I Change Nations. And this man is truly changing nations. Dr. Clyde, get ready. Very soon we will reach out to you. We want your voice on this platform. Thank you so much for joining today. Siki, there are so many powerful people on this platform. Peru is in the house. Can you believe it? Peru, you know, I've lost count. UK is in the house. Deborah, thank you for letting us know you are here. And I know you are not here alone. UK, Peru, Sri Lanka, Guinea-Bissau, Pakistan. Guinea-Bissau is where my mother came from. My mother's hometown. Mexico is in the house. My goodness. And our next speaker is from Mexico. Mexico, make some noise. South Africa, make some noise. Gambia, make some noise. Yay! All right, Siki. We are still talking about networking. And networking, Siki, can be a two-edged sword. It can cut on both sides. And you have already touched on that. To that effect, I want to ask you this question. What is the opportunity cost of networking? And what are the disadvantages? Young people need to know this. The networking is all about getting, and everything you get from networking is not free. So there is a cost that is attached to networking. Like you stated earlier, you come to get, but also prepare to give back. And there are also some disadvantages. So Siki, talk to us about that.
All right, thanks, Dr. Margaret. Let me start on this note. When I said know yourself, I every day I think I know myself, and every day I'm learning a new level and how I'm assessed professionally. I've just finished a course where we've done assessment again. It's called Campus Contributor. And to my surprise, I know myself as a catalyst and a coach, because that's what I'm doing. I'm an inspirational speaker, motivational speaker. I facilitate and I come in and bring in change with energy. And lo and behold, at the end of the course, I'm told that out of 22 people, I am the only one who is profiled as a connector. So now I have a new profile on top of everything that I thought I am. I am called a connector. And then they give you back, assess yourself and agree to this. Really, I look back and I really saw that, oh, wow, on top of a catalyst, yes, at this level and the journey I have walked and the experience I've gained, I am really a connector now, because I am connected to so many global forums and I'm connecting others. And now lots of South Africans, I'll be connecting to international platforms. So hello to my new title, Connector. Then that's how you need to know yourself, so that when you perform as a networker, you know exactly where your strength is. And when you engage there, that's where your opportunity cost is. That's where you'll be getting advantages of how you can engage. You use your strength, and the tool of your strength is the masterpiece of gaining the opportunity on networking. Now, as a connector, now I know that for my company, first of all, when you are networking, the opportunity cost is what you have seeded. When I said you give so that you can gain, it's a seed when you give something. It's like you are in a company, you give your expertise. You are a solution giver in that company, and you are not just coming for benefits as in an organization. You are coming to give a solution, and the company will pay you back. And that's the opportunity. So the opportunity now in networking is that you will gain platforms where your business can collaborate with other international companies. For us, some of us, there are platforms where you are not being paid to speak. You are not being paid to give a masterclass topic. And that's how you see, that's how you give. And from that very platform, you can gain a global, presence. So it is important that look at what you can do, seed in whatever you do. And the opportunity comes from that. A plant will come up with benefits and fruits of what you have done. So the benefits are that you can be profiled and to a company that can give you services. They can sign up for your services. If you are doing well and you perform very well in your platform, you can gain new clients. You can gain new students if you're a coach. You can gain new platforms. In some instances, do you know that? By networking, you can gain an opportunity of even free membership on other network forums because you have seeded, you have given them something, and the opportunity is to gain something from them. So for the companies, now we are looking at when we deliver for companies, a company gives services for the clients. That's the most important thing. And your services must be up to scratch. You must raise your bar. If you are doing financial services, you must do financial services that even in your networks you can be through your branding or branding by association of networking. Branding by association of networking, we can gain more clients. When you go to networking platforms, make sure that you greet the speakers. There is a time at the end of networking session where it is opened that you greet the speakers. Some agree that you even line up to take pictures with them, because one picture for me with a global speaker who came to South Africa gave me a global presence, and they call it branding by association. I was associated with John Maxwell. Who doesn't want to be called Dr. John Maxwell because of his personality? We know those who've been students of Dr. John Maxwell, because he says, let me see your performance, then I'll call you a doctor. Then by being associated with him, by my picture with Dr. John Maxwell, I gained so much presence. And then it means I have to raise up the bar because I cannot dampen his character. I cannot mess up his global presence. I cannot act with actions of mistrust and dishonesty, and not lead with integrity. When you are lined up with such people, if I'm aligned with Dr. Margaret now on Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum, that is global, I have to raise up the bar. That's another opportunity. It's a personal opportunity that I learn to uplift myself personally as well. That's an opportunity. And another opportunity is that my clients are going to be gained more. I can gain more clients from the platform of networking. And another opportunity now is for my shareholders in my company. You want to have a sustained company, a company that is sustained, a company that is going to grow, not just locally, even globally, and be sustained and have a legacy that will, go from generation to generation. Networking with great names, great brands, it gives you that opportunity that now you are profiled globally. And all you have to do, make sure you maintain every day your level of ability, upskill every day. There are network platforms that are free to sign up. There are network platforms that are, you have to pay a fee. Coming to a disadvantage, you have to be a person with a sharp IQ, with a very sharp sense, Because even in networking platforms, there are scammers. In network platforms, there are con men. In network platforms, there are people who are faking their profiles. You would think you found a good candidate. Maybe now we are looking for someone to be in the board. You would think that you found the candidate. People can beef up their profiles. People can make up, they can copy and paste and look at what so and so has done. Look at what Dr. Margaret has done as a board member and cut and paste and said, I've done this and this. Be careful. Make sure the references are there and the references are aligned to this and they are verified. Look at the testimonies and look at the references of that company that you want to network with, that really it is a true company, it's not a fake company. Look at a profile and testimonies and verify the references of a candidate that you want to employ, that this is a real a profile, it's not a fake. There are so many swindlers out there. So many people have lost even their investment through the network platforms. You know, there's this now fourth industrial revolution. We are networking, people are investing online. There are so many traders. Be careful. Don't just go online and trade with any person who says, I'm a trader, I will take your money, I will trade for you. You know, I've gone through so many courses. I've gone through so many platforms on networking. I wanted to know how to be a great communicator. I've been there. And I became a junk, a seminar junk, attending all of them. I went to forums of Italy, SA, communities, summits. I've gone to Dr. John Maxwell's forum as well to understand the leadership. I've gone to so many speakers come from the US. Oh, so many speakers. The James Brown, they are there. I've been there. I've been to so many. I know Nick. I've been there to see him. Until you feel like, there's a lot on my head. Now you have to sift. I've been there, business revolution. You must go and understand it. But identify your niche. Identify when they say so-and-so is coming to the city. What is your opportunity? What is your advantage? What is your disadvantage? I've been there to your Robert Kiyosaki. I've been to all of them. And above all, here's another opportunity. Out of this and out of my giving, I've been to Zimbabwe, I've been to other countries, I've been profiled on good books, network books, big books, I've been profiled in Zimbabwe in this book, Women Excel. I've been profiled in South Africa as one of the inspirational women because of giving. And out of that, I gain opportunity to speak in other platforms where I can also be paid. And also I can mentor and coach others as well. So
great.
That's it. Thank you.
Siki, non-sikelelo. Did I say it right? Non-sikelelo. Coco, we thank you for joining us in the dialogue today. And the nuggets of wisdom you dispense, they are valuable. I mean, you are trying to emphasize to these young people, know your lane. You cannot be jack of all trade because you'll end up being a master of none.
Yeah.
Know your lane. You can seek knowledge from different places. You can find different mentors. You can have different connections, but find your lane. Don't get lost in the crowd. Don't get lost because you're surrounded by so many connections. You have to be very strategic. We are very strategic. The Guylene and COIF are very strategic in who comes to this platform. Very strategic. We bring speakers who are going to speak to the heart of the viewers and who are going to speak to the topic. We know so many people, but we are very careful who we bring to this platform because your network is your net worth. Your network is your net worth. And young people, you need to know that the reason you have to know your lane, because if you don't know where you are going, trust me, Every road will take you there. Nonsikilelo, thank you so much. We love you. We will be so glad to have you back. Keep inspiring, keep changing nations, keep lighting up places that are dark. We appreciate the work that you're doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Margaret. Thank you, viewers. I love you all.
We love you too. All right, all right. Would you agree with me that we have had a great time today? From Dr. Finhas to Ajeman to we started with Sana with that beautiful poem, I am. And then we moved with Dr. Finhas, who lit the house up to another level, and he talked about change and mentoring. Then we invited Ajeman, who is a young man, a student, a young graduate, volunteering right now with AAU and the host of a program. And Ajeman talked about education, why it matters, the curriculum you should be looking for, the kind of training that you should seek so you can become relevant. Ajeman told us that everybody is a politician. You are a politician. I am a politician. And now we invited Jayla, who performed with the violin. And Jayla, that young lady, 18 years old, she told us that music does not have age limit. You can be inspirational at whatever age, wherever you find yourself. Then we invited Siki, and Siki has just taken up even into a higher realm. And Siki talked about networking, and Siki released and dispensed so much wisdom on this platform today. I hope somebody is watching. I hope somebody have your notepad, your iPad, your tablet, your computer, whatever you're doing to watch. Right now, we are at more than 1,600 viewers from all over the world, and that is the last update I got. I don't even know the most current update, but let me tell you briefly who is here with you watching. We have South Africa in the house. We have Kenya in the house, Qatar, Burundi, Nepal, Nigeria, Ghana, the Gambia, USA, Turkey, Nigeria, Russia, Uganda, Sri Lanka, Sierra Leone, Mexico, Georgia, Morocco, Pakistan, Guinea-Bissau. They are all in the house with you. And this is the last update from a few moments ago. I know that it has even changed as I'm speaking. So we are ready to take you to another level. We are bringing our final speaker for the day, but don't you touch the dial. Don't you go anywhere, because we are not done yet. We, at this table of dialogue, we serve a complete meal. We begin with the appetizer. We Sana served a very delicious appetizer this morning. Then we have the main course, and the main course can go. We have 4 different types of main courses today. We have Dr. Finhas, we have Ajeman, we have Siki, and now we are about to welcome Julio. And then we also have the desserts in between, and the snack in between, and that was Jayla's performance. And we still have the dessert before we roll the red carpet. So don't you go anywhere. Our final speaker is from the great country of Mexico. Mexico is in the house. Julio, where are you?
I'm here, Margaret. Nice meeting you. Hi, everybody.
Hello, Julio Capuano Miranda from Mexico. Julio, you are an active professor for bachelor and master's level programs in some universities in Mexico. You are making a difference. You are a national and international speaker, and you provide lectures in English and Spanish for various organizations. Julio, you are a familiar voice in Mexico through the airwaves, through the radio and television airwaves in the country. You are an executive coach, and you are a CEO of Enlace Cooperative, a consultancy company. I hope I said that correctly. I'm trying to polish my Spanish over here. Julio Capuano Miranda, welcome to the table of dialogue. Leading change, the change is what we are talking about today. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Margaret, for having me here on board. I appreciate it. Thank you, and hello, everybody.
All right, Julio. Your country is in the house. They are watching you. They are so proud. Somebody just said, Professor Julio, welcome. So that's somebody you transform. That's somebody you
Thanks
are
so
impacting,
much.
and they're saluting you. Julio, we just heard from Siki, who talked about networking. Dr. Finn has touched a little bit about collaborations. Dr. Finn has said networking leads to collaboration. And now here you are. You are going to talk to us about collaboration. Julio, what would you say collaboration is?
Well, collaboration is finally the last stage of everything that we have talked about today. This is fabulous because I've been hearing all of the speakers fantastically being developed, all the topics, and it's amazing because this is exactly the best part of collaboration. This is the best example we can actually see of collaboration. Just here with everybody, hearing every little nugget of wisdom, as you call it, which I simply say is fantastic. Collaboration is just the final stage of that part of wisdom being applied into the objectives that we really want to get.
Awesome. And that is what is happening on this platform. If you're just joining us or you joined us late and you didn't hear me announce this platform, Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum, is brought to you by collaboration. Two organizations are in collaboration, in a relationship, and working together to impact young people in different continents of the world. I just shared with you how many countries are present. I just shared with you that we have more than 1,600 people, and we are streaming on different platforms, and I'm not even getting all the numbers at once. This is just what I got from the last, 20 minutes ago or so, that we have this number of people watching. It's more now, and it's more countries joining in. And it is all possible because two organizations came together. Global Youth Leaders Network, a youth organization headquartered in South Africa, and Coaches of Influence Foundation, a youth and women's organization headquartered in the USA. And two organizations came together, and we are able to reach places that one organization would not have been able to reach. And my teacher, my leadership teacher, my mentor, John Maxwell, says, one is too small a number for greatness. If you want to reach greatness, you must collaborate. And Julio, thank you so much for giving us that broad definition. Now let's dive deeper. How do we go about forming collaborations? In other words, we are trying to find out, or trying to ask you to teach us, what are the best practices for collaboration?
Okay, it's fantastic. I will try to give you 5 basic best practices that you can actually apply. All of you can apply. And I think this is based on what you said in the morning at the beginning of this event, Margaret, which is a 2030 UN agenda. One of the SDGs that the agenda poses is number 17, which is partnership for the goals. And if we are aiming really to partnership for that, there are certain things that we really need to consider. I'm going to give you just 5 points, which I consider are important. First is to create or join to a compelling cause. One of the most important elements that you can actually have ever is a compelling cause. Not any cause, but a real compelling cause where you can feel and embrace the greatness of what you're doing. It's not something that you're just gonna go and join and do for the rest of your life because you have to do it. It's something that really will change that cause. And even if that means that you don't get paid sometimes, what you're doing is important, and that's something you need to know, especially young people. Second thing, communication. If effective communication is the base of everything that we can see. But in collaboration, it's even more important because then you can clear out some expectations that not only you, but others might have. And then you can start forming those great ideas that may change the world. I think communication is the basis of everything that you may work in life. Even your network is, the last speaker just said this, consider that you're a giver and not only a receiver. Being on that mindset then is going to pose a very important element, which is communication. You need to communicate what you're going to give and what you're going to be receiving. Number 3 is establishing empowering goals. Just like a compelling cause, empowering goals are really important. If you notice, I'm just getting like name and last name to those things because those are important things. Empowering goals means that you are going to create a mindset of your own, which is going to change and break those habits that you may have. As Dr. Fihans in the morning just said it, you need to break that mindset. And then things are going to come up, but you need to know where you're heading to. And those things are going to be established from the beginning with all of the other people. You're going to form powerful collaboration if you really have empowering goals, not simply simple goals that might just go into the distance, say, oh, maybe one day I might want to do this. No, real goals, which might empower not only you, but people who are with you. Number 4, and this is really important, is foster cohesion. Fostering cohesion is like this is exactly the point where you were talking about just a few minutes ago. Try not to be afraid to show what you got, what you have, who you are, because we usually have this idea in mind that ideas move the world, but what really moves the world is the action that you put towards those ideas, and that action is really important. You cannot do it alone. You need to foster that cohesion among everybody through great communication. If you foster and take care of that cohesion that you're really getting into, you're going to have a better way to collaborate. We just heard it from the last speaker. This is really important. Be there not only because it might be important for your project, be there because it's important for people, because it's meaningful. And that's something that really creates another level of conscience. Actually, you said an interesting word, an interesting phrase, actually, a little bit before, which is this kind of rocking the world. Well, ideas might move the world, but if you really put the action into those ideas, that's what really rocks your world. That is really important. And you can only do that with or through collaboration. And finally, number 5, not least important, actually is one of the most important things, is make human values a top priority. What you're dealing with is not a machine. What you're dealing with are humans. And humans have feelings, thoughts, spiritual ideas maybe, and that's intense. That's really intense. You need to connect to another level. It's not just, oh, this is going to be good for my project. Let's just get the goal and let's do it. No, you need to care about the people who are trying to go into the same goal and get that same goal with you, and sometimes even for you. That is important to take into consideration. Every single person accounts. That's like the best 5 practices I can actually just leave you with, and everybody.
Thank you so much, Julio. Julio, I am over here trying to take notes as you are speaking, because one thing you said stood out to me, and that was the second point, communication. And I believe that we underestimate the power and the value and the importance of not just talking, but effective communication, making sure that our communication is effective. In collaboration, when the communication fails, the relationship will be affected. When the communication fails, the vision will not be accomplished. When you come into collaborations, be very clear about what you want and be very clear about what you expect. Be very clear about what you can live without or what you cannot live without. Be very, very clear in communicating, and I cannot emphasize that enough. Be regular and be effective, so that we can keep this thing going. And you talked about why it is important, Julio. You said because human value. We're not dealing with machines. We're not dealing with wood or a tree or a plant. You're dealing with people with emotions and feelings. And one thing COVID-19 has introduced is a roller coaster emotion. Everybody seems to be on a high and low. depending on how you wake up in the morning, because we have gotten to a point in some places, in some homes, where people cannot recognize the difference between morning and night, and they cannot recognize between day and evening, because everything, people are just exhausted, people are tired, people are frustrated, people are irritated, and some people are very normal though, and they are stable. But when you deal with people, you have to cater to all of that. Communicate, communicate, communicate. Thank you so much, Julia. Let's move on to the next question. You talked a lot about the values. You talked a lot about the foundation. Now we want to move even deeper. What are the benefits of collaboration? Why is collaboration important? Why couldn't Guyleen just host this program on their own? Why could COIF not just run this program on their own? Why do they two organizations need to come together to do such a thing? Why is the collaboration important? Take it away, Julio.
Thank you so much. Well, collaboration is really important, and you just touched a very important point. I think this COVID-19 pandemic just posed a new concept for everybody. And I think collaboration just got into a new level. We just raised the bar into a new way of collaborating. Before the pandemic, we were not like so intensively speaking all the time with people. We were not communicating so much. Now we're learning new skills of communication, if I can say that, because, for example, right now, these couldn't be actually possible if a great collaboration could be among these two great organizations. And I think if you consider why is it so important, well, the answer could be simply because we're humans. Humans are always trying to be social, trying to be together. And this is something that we have learned over the past months. And I think collaboration makes great networking, as we just heard it fabulously from our previous speaker. And collaboration is the only way to move things in the world. If you consider how great minds have been able just to push the world into a new era, well, that's how they've done it. They've not done it alone only. We're talking about leadership here. And you said something really important. Leadership, it's important to consider leadership and associated with a way to collaborate with others. A leader cannot be a lonely wolf. And that is really amazing. I think if we consider why is it so important, one of the best things is just to look around, because people matter. People are important. And that's exactly what we're looking right now at and what we're just heading into.
Thank you so much, Julia. You see, I'm trying to write notes as you're speaking, because you just dropped a nugget there and I didn't want to miss it. You said a leader cannot be a lonely wolf. My goodness, my goodness. It does not matter how huge, how strong a leader thinks you are, how many followers you think you are, how many people you have behind you and clapping and cheering you on. You cannot be a lonely wolf. You cannot just have people clapping. You need to bring them on board. You need to bring them alongside. And a leader cannot be a lonely wolf. And you know what? I learned something very early on in my journey of becoming an influencer. And that one thing is the powerful phrase, woe is a man who falls and have no one to pick him up. Woe is that man. So you need to surround yourself with people of value. So when you fall, because in this journey of leadership, young people, listen up. It's not all rosy. It's not always going to be successful. You are going to, it's a high and low. You get to a level and sometimes you feel like you are back at square one at the beginning. You are going to rise and fall. And the way you are going to fall and the way you rise sometimes is through collaborations. Maybe someone will lift you up. Someone will bring out in you what you didn't even know you carried. Someone can pull out of you what you have been sitting on. Collaboration is key. We just have to go about it the right way. We have to do do it the right way. We have to communicate. We have to know what we expect and communicate it. And we have to be willing to accept the other party's expectations. That is what collaborations are all about. Julio, this is so powerful. You're dropping some nuggets here. Young people, are you here? We have more than 2,000 people, more than 2K people watching right now on the different platforms. Come on, Dr. Finhas, thank you. A leader cannot be a lonely wolf. We have to adopt that. We have to go out there on social media and do hashtag a leader cannot be a lonely wolf. Hashtag Julio Capuano. We need to make sure that this goes out because this is powerful. This is so powerful. So Julio, what role does collaboration play in change leadership? The topic of today is leading the change. And the topic today, we all agree here, the two organizations brought this topic and the viewers agree because from the comments we see going back and forth, we all agree that the young people are our leaders. The 2030, 2060 agenda caters very much for them and they need to be prepared. They need to be positioned. They need to be ready. Change is inevitable. That's what Dr. Finn has told us. Change is inevitable. And if that is the case, we need to teach them. What role does collaboration play in change leadership? Because the leadership that they are stepping into is a change leadership. It's not leadership the way they know it now. It's not leadership the way it was done by their grandfathers and their former predecessors. It's going to be a different way of leadership. Take it away, Julio.
Thank you. Well, this is really important. And I just want to go back a little to what you said. Dr. Finn has posed something important, which was change is life. That's how life acts. And that's the most important thing to understand. It's not something that is going to happen and we just need to be prepared like, oh, I'm going to get my shield and I'm going to go and fight for it. No, change is natural, should be natural. And that is something important in collaboration. When we actually think on collaborating with others, changes will happen. Changes will happen inside our group and changes will happen outside the group. And we need just to make sure that we have the right mindset when we get into that change. Change should be a fundamental part of collaborating. Collaborating with others sometimes is difficult. Yes, I know, I understand it. And sometimes it's so difficult because you have different leaders trying to lead at the same time, not understanding the real role or the complete role of a leader. And that is important. A lot of people try to think if I'm a leader, I'm going to be the leader of this group. And this is going to be my group. That's not really happening in real life. When that happens, usually projects do not get into a nice conclusion, or if it does, people are going to get hurt in the way. So collaborating with others have to be through a real good mindset, which you're going to have from the beginning. And that is only with the concept of constant changing between you and the others. Among everybody, change should be generated also. It's not only something that you're going to be expecting. I'm just expecting the change. No, I'm going to make that change. I'm going to empower myself and the others to make that change. And in the moment I get that change, I'm going to feel so good. And I'm going to be empowered that things are going to change as a natural consequence of what we have done. That's the basic union between change and collaboration.
Thank you so much, Julio. Julio Capuano Miranda. Thank you so much for representing South America in the most positive way, all the way from Mexico, representing South America. South America, are you in the house? Are you in the house? If you are, I would like to see you commenting, sending your love, sending fire, sending emojis to this man over here who has just represented you so well and just spoke so eloquently. He is a positive influencer. This is what Gailin is all about. This is what COIF is all about. We are influencers and we are here to ignite, to light a fire in people so they find their purpose, find their why, and get on it. One of the speakers, I believe it was Siki, said that it was Ajamang, I think Osiki said, it's not just about dreaming about a future, but action. Backing it up with action. That's what we are here. We are here to ignite. We're here to push somebody. We're here to grab somebody, yank you from that seat, yank you, take those goals from off the shelf. Take those books that are piled up on your shelf that you're planning to read. Get on it. Read it today. Write your goal today. Do something today. Arise today. Ajaman has a podcast that is Arise, a statement that says arise and make a difference. Arise somebody, arise young person. Julio just told us change is not something that you're going to have time to put on your gloves and prepare for. It is coming. It is coming. 2030 may sound like a long way. 2063 may sound like a long way, but it is here already. It is here. Can you believe it? It was January yesterday, and today we are in October. And come on, arise somebody, young person, arise. Grab your notepad. Start asking yourself questions. Jayla told us you are never too young to influence. You are never too young to bring joy. I mean, Sana told us that she was around women that were broken and they sang broken songs. But then Sana went from being that person to being a healer. It is possible. It is possible. It is possible. Julio, we appreciate you, sir, and we look forward to the next invitation when we will have you on this platform. We are not going anywhere. We are still here. This is Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Margaret.
All right, viewers. Thank you for being here with us. Again, viewers, thank you so much. We are so glad to have you. And we are gearing up for we have just served the last main course. We have just served it. But it is a tradition on this platform. We don't just serve a meal and release you. We have to make it complete. It's a complete package. This table of dialogue, we begin from the beginning and we do not move away until we end it. And now we are about to serve the dessert. And the dessert is brought to you all the way from New York by Franklin H. Perez. Franklin, where are you?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. And I should say bonjour for those who speak French and buenas tardes for those who speak Spanish. Thank you for having me on your platform, Dr. Margaret, and also the Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum and Coaches of Influence Foundation and the Global Youth Leaders Network. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Franklin. Franklin, remind me again, did you say you are from Guatemala?
No, I'm from the Dominican Republic, actually, originally. And I have been here in the United States next month for 30 years. Yep.
Dominican Republic. Do we have anybody from Dominican Republic watching? If so, we want you to send this man some love, send him some encouragement, send him something and let him know that you are so proud of him. All the way from Dominican Republic. This man lives in New York and he's not any ordinary man. He did not just come to New York and get lost in the crowd. This man found his purpose. He is an author. He writes books for children. This man is a poet, award-winning poet. He's making a difference as big as New York is, with so many people in New York. Franklin found a way to make himself relevant in a place where there are thousands and millions of people. Franklin, you are an influencer. We are so glad to have you. And I know that you're going to recite a poem for us today. Are you ready, Franklin?
I am. Thank you again so much, Dr. Margaret. I appreciate the opportunity again. And also for my people, thank you for supporting me. I must say before we go on, that I have had coaches and mentors up to today. If it wouldn't have been for them, perhaps I wouldn't be here. But thank you again so much. And I'm going to read a little humble poem called Mirrors from this book, Endeavor from Awareness to Breathing. And he was stuck away for years. Actually, I've written poems since my youth, when I was an adolescent, but I wasn't brave enough to bring it forward until I encountered those mentors and coaches that encouraged me to write. So here it goes from New York City, right? Mirrors, 1,000 stories, butterflies to birth, flowers to be given, the stairs without motions, a gorilla's mask that awaits to be discovered, ink to rewrite the future, a force taking shape, fears to be overcome by machines, not by me, not by you. You see me, I see you. Eyes of owls, I only hear a distant whistle. Suddenly, fog and morning kills your instinct. That's one of them. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Franklin. We really appreciate you. I love it. I love it. Franklin, what is your inspiration for poetry?
Oh, wow. It's, again, I have been writing since I was a youth, or in my youth. And I belonged to, for many years, I was in church, a Protestant church. There, religion draws an inspiration, the Bible and so forth, and people that surrounded me. And so it used to come to me. And it came to me until I crafted it, until I learned it. And then many things inspire from this city, from my hometown, to people that I have encountered and also have touched my life. And that's pretty much when it comes to poetry. Of course, I have gotten more frequently, and I have gotten a little bit better. But that's my inspiration. It's everything. It's life. It's also my youth. And I'm so glad that I didn't let go, because it took me to this point to write more. And I think, and pretty soon I'll be touching lives universally, because that's what I have become. And I wanted to be, to write universally, so that I can not only touch adults, but also the youth and children around the world.
Thank you so much, Franklin. We really appreciate you, sir. We honor you, and we are expecting to have you here again. We thank you for sharing your heart. I know that somebody out there is encouraged to know that somebody left Dominican Republic and came to New York. And however you came, it doesn't matter. How you started does not matter, but how you are ending matters a lot. And you are making sure that you are investing and depositing in that bank of influence, so you can leave a legacy that lives beyond your grave. Franklin, thank you so much. We honor you, sir. Thank you for being here, and have a great day.
Thank you, you too. Please stick to your plan, and that's for the youth. And hang on to what has been given to you, please, I beg you. And that is my message to the world and to the youth out there. Thank you again, Dr. Margaret, I'm sorry, and your foundation. It's just a beautiful work. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, viewers, thank you so much for believing in this platform. We thank you so much for always joining us at the table. Speakers and performers, we cannot thank you enough. You have come today. You have come out. You did not just come, you showed out. I mean, you added your voices and your contributions. You brought so much flavor into the meal today that we had to serve. Thank you so much. The Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum is a monthly event which is intended to bring key players like you see today in youth development and from different continents, different countries, so that they will be able to gather around the table and provide and share knowledge and wisdom and vision for the young people. The UN has already projected that by 2030, the population of youth is expected to have grown by 7% to nearly 1.3 billion young people. This population can be very useful in the development of nations and the world if they are equipped and provided with the knowledge and skills to lead effectively. This is all about leadership. That's why we are so excited about this topic today, leading the change. And the African Union, on the other hand, has an agenda also targeted for 2063, and that includes a plan to transform Africa into the global powerhouse of the future. If you are here, you're young and you're in Africa, or you love Africa, or you are partnered or connected to Africa, listen to this. African Union, AU, they have an agenda, they have a vision. And that vision is to transform Africa into the global powerhouse of the future. This transformation cannot happen without change. This transformation cannot happen without skills and knowledge. This transformation cannot happen without effective leadership skills. That is why we have this platform. That is why this platform is so relevant. Sustainable development and transforming Africa cannot be possible without effective leadership. not just in those that are currently in power, but the generation that is going to receive the baton of leadership. This is going to happen, whether we like it or not. We see a lot of leaders now in our nations. They are old. They are ready. If they are not, if we cannot get them out by vote, nature will get them out. So young people, get ready. You are moving in. Get ready. Start imagining and seeing yourself in the house, seeing yourself in the seat. But you cannot go in the seat without preparedness. We will not allow you to go in the seat without a vision. We will not allow you to go in the seat without the skills you need. No more shall we allow blind people to lead us. We want a ship with rudder. We want a ship with a destination. We want a ship. Lead a ship. We want you to be the captain of that ship and take us somewhere. So leading the change is a topic that will allow us to see our future in a mirror. And I'm so glad that Franklin just shared a poem about the mirror. We want to see the future in the mirror. We need to invest in the young population to prepare you for success. And I hope that you're willing to learn. Dr. Finn has told us today in very directly, leaders must embrace learning. Leaders are learners. Listen up, young people. I am a student. I am a student of many people. I read, I write, but I read also, and I listen to people speak. I listen to people pour into me knowledge that I cannot get on my own. Dr. Finhas is a coach in my life. I just mentioned earlier on, we saw a comment from Sir Clyde Rivers. That is the man that took me under his wings and trained me to step out with boldness. I went through the John Maxwell certification, and I'm surrounding myself with people that will challenge me, people that will help me to be a better speaker, a better coach, a better influencer. This is what you need. And I am also a student of Dr. Miles Monroe. And I learned from Dr. Miles Monroe that you cannot change what you tolerate. That is a nugget for somebody. You cannot change what you tolerate. So in order to change it, you have to hate it. Am I speaking to somebody? Are you there, young people? Can you hear me? I want to see you commenting. I want to see you responding. You cannot change what you tolerate. In order to change it, and in order for this world to change, we have to hate what is not right, because tolerance is a graveyard. Tolerance is a graveyard for individuals. It is a graveyard for leaders. And the graveyard swallows vision. The graveyard swallows every opportunity for change. The graveyard will swallow your potential. You cannot sit in a place of competency. Dr. Finn has told us the comfort zone is a death zone. It's a death zone, and anything that is dead belongs to the graveyard. We cannot allow you to have your vision swallowed. We want you young people to be ready. We want you to be prepared. We want you to be educated. We want you to have skills. We want you to be ready. We love you. We believe in you. We're here to teach you. We want you to open up and receive. Because as leaders that we are counting on to bring the change we need in our world, you will need to break the mold of complacency and tradition. Those old traditions don't work anymore. I mean, Ajemang talked to us about what's in the classroom in many countries where we are teaching outdated ideologies and philosophies about leadership. It is not going to work. In this 20th century, we need a fresh perspective of leadership. We need leadership skills that are relevant, leadership skills that are fresh. We need you to get out and break out of complacency, out of your tradition, and step into the place of change, step into the place of education, of knowledge. Learn to lead and lead well. Read, get educated, prepare, and we are here to support you. I mean, we have fed you today with so much knowledge. We have fed you with vision for leadership and how to create your plan to achieve it. You cannot forget the tools that you are provided with today. You cannot. We want you to embrace change. We want you to prepare well. We want you to network with each other. And we want you to build the bridges with collaboration. But we want you to do it the right way. Listen up, people. We have had a great time. But we have come to the end of this dialogue today. And we are ready to roll the red carpet. But we hope that everything that we have dropped on this platform today, the nuggets that were released, that you are holding onto them, that you are holding onto them, that you have taken notes, not notes that you abandon on a shelf, but notes that you're going to keep right in front of you as you walk this journey of leadership, notes that you're going to reference every time. I mean, I'm telling you, before I appear on any platform, I have to read up. I have to prepare. I have to know my audience. I have to know the topic. I have to know the purpose. And that's what we try to push today. That get ready, people. We are pushing today that don't just show up. You need to be ready. Don't just collaborate. Don't just connect with anybody who's accessible. Do your research. That's what Siki told us. Do your research. Let people tell you their success story. Who have they transformed? Don't subject yourself under people to lead you that have not been led before. You have to, because what people carry is what they will give to you. What people are carrying in them is what they will dispense to you. And when you subject yourself under mentorship to somebody, you are not only learning knowledge and skill from them, you are also taking their spirit. So watch that spirit very well. Check that spirit very well. I mean, do your due diligence. Make sure you check people's character. Make sure you check their attitude. Make sure that their message matches their actions. And if people say one thing and do the other, don't subject yourself. Don't give yourself to them. Please, we want you to be careful. Even though resources are available, we want you to be careful. We want you to be leaders. We want you to have an eagle's eye. And I have to leave you with this nugget from Dr. Finhas today. You are an eagle, and you are meant to fly, not to flock. Don't flock around. Don't flock around people that cannot push you, because your network is your net worth. And people are going to either add value to you or take value away from you. So check your associations, check your surroundings, and do the best you can. We are here to support you. This is a message from Global Youth Leaders Network, all the way in South Africa, impacting lives in different countries of the world, and also Coaches of Influence Foundation, headquartered in the USA, and transforming lives, influencing change, and influencing lives in many countries around the globe. We want you to join us on the next dialogue. It's coming up on Saturday, November 21st. The same time, same location. But we cannot leave without letting you know that we had more people join us on this dialogue, on this platform today. We have right now at this moment, we have more than 2,000 plus, 300 plus people that are watching. And I can guarantee you that by the time we come back next month, we have been seeing views of more than 10,000 on our pages combined. We have been seeing people going back and spending time to watch this and engaging with us and commenting and engaging with us on our social media page. Don't be a dropout. Stay the course. Push to the finish line. Don't be one who begins something and don't finish it. Finish with us. We started this journey together in August. We want you to stick around. And we have in the house, we are thanking all these countries for connecting today. South Africa, Kenya, Qatar, Burundi, Nepal, Nigeria, Ghana, the Gambia, USA, Turkey, Nigeria, Russia, Uganda, Sri Lanka, Sierra Leone, Mexico, Pakistan, Peru, Mali. They were all in the house. Guinea-Bissau, they are all in the house. They were all in the house, and those countries that we cannot even capture because we are not looking at it right now. If you are here from any country that we haven't mentioned, we still appreciate you. We still thank you for being here. We want you to make your presence known by sending a comment, by sharing, by commenting, liking. Even when the show ends live, the information is still on our pages on either Guylene or COIF. Go out there and connect. Go out there and keep sharing, keep commenting, and get ready for us, because we are coming back on November 21st. And this is now, we are wrapping up the end of the year, but we are not slowing down. We are getting hot, and we are ready to move higher to higher heights with you. So stick around. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Until I come your way again, I want to thank you for the support, and we want to challenge you and charge you and send you out with so much power and authority. Go and lead the change. Go and lead the change. Go and lead the change. Thank you so much.